Yeah, hotel industry is facing different challenges for sure. Obviously, first challenge is how can we welcome guests in a safe environment, and that requires some distancing. It requires to adapt all the point of contacts, and check in, check out are definitely one of those point of contacts that you want to change and improve to make everything safer. Um, Probably the biggest challenge that is coming ahead of us is with the lack of transport between the countries and less visitors everywhere. Hotels are under a very low occupancy rate constraint right now, which means that profitability is going down. And hotels have that challenge that they need to find profitability again, unfortunately, managing a low occupancy, and that means reducing the fixed cost to a point where you can be profitable with 20 or 30% occupancy, where before you were required to go up to 50 or 55% occupancy in order to be profitable. So that definitely is a big challenge. Probably the last part will be people. In a market like ours, costs are fundamental, but finding the right people is going to be even a bigger challenge. And a lot of employees in our industry have been unfortunately furloughed mostly everywhere. And a lot of those people have gone and found other jobs in other industries. So overall, those would be the main challenges I think hospitality need to address in 2020. Yeah, so there's multiple benefits, but we usually like when we work on our ROI model, we like to categorize those main reasons to buy this technology. The first one obviously is really about the guest experience, and guest experience here brings mainly two things. First is, yes, a safe way of checking in, because you check in on your own using either your own device or a tablet or a kiosk that sits in a hotel. So the fact that it's really self-service and contactless is going to help. But the second part of the guest experience is more long-term, is that everything is going digital, and we have more and more guests that are actually really wanting to find those digital experiences, and the ability to book a room on your own, to check in on your own. You can pick up a lot of options for your room. That is definitely going together with the market evolution and the guest expectations. The second reason why a lot of people are doing, a lot of hotels are interested today in self check-in is, of course, the cost, because self-service cost is about 1 to 6 compared to physical check-in, and that can bring tremendous savings, especially in a time where hotels are going to need to lower their costs as much as possible. And the third is interesting because that is something new for us. But we see that self-service brings a lot of opportunities for upsell and a lot of opportunities to bring more revenues to the hotel, at least in a different way. And that includes services like upgrading your room, be able to buy additional packages or services, working on your early check-ins or late checkouts. So there's a long list of services that can be provided during a check-in experience. And recently, we have seen that guests are more encouraged to buy when they are self-service than when they are facing a person. So overall, those three main drivers are really the basis of the return on investment of such a technology. The first thing is that this is a technology that can be implemented pretty fast. We're not talking about a technology that requires months and months of implementation. This is a technology that can be delivered hopefully in weeks rather than months. And the first thing is, of course, hotels are going to train their employee to become way more polyvalent. in the sense that they need to do check-in, but also take care of hotels and take bookings and talk to guests, and at the same time handle the breakfast and handle. So that there's a lot of tasks that employees are going to be facing with, and that means that if you can free your employees with the check-in and check-out that are pretty busy time and that take a few hours of an employee away every day, then you're in a position where you can lower your costs, have less employees focusing on more tasks. So really in the short term, it's the ability for hotels try to lower their profitability point and use the technology to be more efficient in their operations.